And welcome back to Dylan and Ross Save Sports. I am your host, as always, Dylan Sanders. You can find me on Twitter at Dilly Sanders. Joining me today, as always, is your co-host, Ross Jackson. Your co-host, the listener's co-host, Ross Jackson.
All right, I'm going to say all the things that I think people are thinking.
Okay.
Ready? Because I'm the people's co-host.
All right.
Ready?
Okay.
What's that noise?
Can I be like listener's co-host once?
Yeah, of course.
Say what I think our biggest criticism is, I think.
The one right now?
No, our biggest criticism of all time is, where's Chick-fil-A?
Ain't that the truth? Chick-fil-A is right where it belongs, in the trash.
In the trash.
Got him.
Oh, man. We can find Ross on Twitter at Ross Jackson Nola. Is that true? Is that your Twitter?
It is now. I'll go change it.
All right, bet. It actually previously was Michael Balco.
What if Michael Balco was my burner account?
I would believe it, Ross. Like just your average white guy account.
Yeah. Well, at Ross Jackson Nola is probably a pretty sufficient average white guy account too.
I mean, that is true. Ross, I want to ask, what prompted your Benjamin Button tweet from the other day?
All right, so Megan and I were talking about at what point does it become awkward if we're dating and one of us begins to Benjamin Button? And then how do we deal with that? It becomes, well, I think for me, I have got time. Because there's probably 10 years before it gets weird if I'm aging backwards, because I'm a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as bad for a long time. It gets quickly upsetting if she starts aging backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's what do we do? Do we just go our own separate ways, or do we adopt each other? What happens? And so it's so we're trying to figure all that out. The clear answer is that you just go your separate ways, because you can't adopt the person that you were going to marry. That's weird.
In the show Invincible, that I wouldn't shut up about for the longest time, there's a character, and she is 24, but she has the appearance of a 12-year-old. Because every time she uses her power, it causes her to age down.
Oh,
so it's a thing in the show. It's I can't really date anyone because the people that are interested in me are either 12 years old or on a list somewhere.
Right. So then I started thinking about, okay, well, why didn't we have this conversation in Benjamin? We didn't have a nuanced
Why didn't you have this conversation before y'all started dating?
Benjamin Button. So, I know, right? We probably should have established these, but at least we got it in before we got married. We're not married yet, so we had the conversation. Now we're good. Now we have an understanding. But the other thing I was thinking about was that Benjamin Button, the movie Benjamin Button, did not do a good job addressing the actual issues with aging backwards. What happens with income tax at that point? Do you just go to being somebody that's no income? Do you go to being somebody that is a dependent?
Hi, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. Oh, I have to make my selection in our dynasty draft. I'm gonna go do that. I don't know. It's just one of those things that feels like a bit of something that maybe should have been talked about a bit more. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be real. I don't know how I'm gonna perform in this dynasty league. I've never been in a dynasty league before.
I don't even know how to make a pick right now.
I've never played fantasy before.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
But I have a feeling of who I want to draft. And you know who it's not? It's not Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from him in fantasy. But Ross, do you have anything else, a favorite thing from Twitter? Or was this conversation your favorite thing?
This might be my favorite thing from Twitter. I haven't had a favorite thing from Twitter because my Twitter today has been in flames because it is Saints Twitter, and Saints Twitter has been in shambles all day today.
Ross, all day for the past 5 years.
It has been a bit in shams.
All right. Well,
draft room.
I want to share. Okay, I want to share my favorite thing from Twitter because it segues into what I want to talk about first.
Okay.
We can talk about the fantasy team later, but I feel like we need to get into what's been happening. I need to find this video. But it's something that I found out yesterday in the NBA Summer League, Ross. We have found out a new weird thing. It's Alperen Şengün. I love Alperen Şengün, but it's kind of weird. Before he goes to shoot a free throw, dates back to his Turkish league days, he whispers a prayer to the ball before he shoots. Every time. It's before every free throw. It's not like once per trip. It's before every shot. He whispers a Turkish prayer. And it's just something I've never seen before.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that before either.
How do you feel about the process?
Which process?
Him whispering.
Do what you got to do, man. I'm sure does he get penalized for taking too long like Giannis did?
No.
Well, there you go. Do what you got to do. I'm especially not going to I'm going to be 1,000. I'm going to keep it a buck right now. I am never going to go at somebody and say, that's ridiculous. He prays into it. Like, once prayer comes into it, whatever, take your time. Do what you got to do. I imagine.
Yeah, no one's faulting him for it.
Live your life.
It's just kind of interesting to see. But also, you know how involved we've been with nicknames recently, Ross.
Yes.
So there has been a proposed nickname for Alperen Şengün. It's Castaway, because of the way he talks to the Wilson. Because the NBA basketballs are Wilson.
Oh.
So he talks to the Wilson, so people were thinking about calling him Castaway.
That's nice. I like that a lot.
It's no Big Daddy Wookie.
It's no Big Daddy Wookie. But let's be real. Was it ever going to be?
No.
No. It was never going to be.
Right now, we have Memphis versus Brooklyn. And Ross, this is a big day for me, as you know, because it's Cam Thomas's first game.
Yeah, this is big for you. And you also had a big day yesterday.
Yes, because it was the start of the NBA Summer League, and the Rockets played their first game, and it was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
I had a blast.
Oh yeah,
it was. We saw Jalen Green, who looks awesome.
Yeah,
by the way,
he looked really, really good. I watched Dylan and I were talking about this. I was watching the highlights on like NBA's YouTube page, and legitimately, if you just watch like the 10 minutes worth of highlights, they basically show you the entire game. Like you'll see like 4 or 5 buckets in a row from like 0-0 to get to like 4-7. Like you'll see like the entire first quarter almost for sure.
Yeah, and it's awesome, right? Yeah, no. But yeah, so we had Jalen Green, and there's been a talk starter, Ross. Is Evan Mobley a bust already through one game?
Already,
no,
my
I'm
goodness.
Joking. It's not actually. People are not actually going that crazy yet. But he did not look super comfortable. They did say that he is running strictly the 4.
Wow.
In Cleveland. So he is running the 4 for Cleveland. And that's a bold move. I think it can work. I think it could work. He definitely is not. He's okay. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, but I want to steal a quote from one of our favorites, Bomani Jones, in that he looked like a tall man, but not a big man.
Yeah,
he's definitely tall. And on the defensive side, he was imposing, and it picked up throughout the game, and he started to look better as time went on. But he looked a little out of place at some points. Offensively, he struggled mightily. The Rockets were giving him a bunch of fits. But it's also, you have to think about the fact that it's all of these players. Most of the Rockets roster played against Evan Mobley growing up for years, so they kind of know what to do. All of these people have been playing together in high school in California for the longest time, including KJ Martin, who banished him to the Shadow Realm. I watched. They didn't put the block in the highlight video.
No, I didn't see the block there, but I did see it on Twitter because it did make its rounds on Twitter for sure,
and it was awesome.
It was great.
So I really want to. We need to delve deeper into the NBA highlight. How are you not going to put in the biggest highlight of the game?
They also didn't show Albert Sengun's free throw ritual.
Yeah. During the game, they tried to reach out and figure out what he was saying. They tried to reach out to his agent or whatever, but it's a secret. Alperen Sengun has come out and said it's a secret, but it is a Turkish prayer.
Nice.
Yeah, but he won't say exactly what he's saying.
Sure.
But as the sideline reporter was like, we can't figure it out, but I'm gonna assume taking this generation of basketball players into consideration and my free throw throwing experience, she said, I just can only assume he's whispering sweet nothings into the basketball. And that was the great analysis that I was there for.
That's very good. I enjoy that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Ross, did you see any of the Pelicans play just now?
I did not. I was on the road driving around.
Busy day.
Busy day.
Back in LA. Ross was in New Orleans last week. Ross, how was that?
Blast. Probably like the best week I've had in a long time. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. Got to do ESPN NOLA's 3-hour radio show with our good friend Maddie Hudak, our reality TV correspondent and one of the up-and-comers in New Orleans media. So it's been really cool. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Had a great time following camp and everything. So it was all good. Got to see you. We got to hang out. Kind of got busted up a little bit, but that's all good.
We all good.
Still got to have dinner.
Yep. Yeah, we all good.
So it was all great, man. It was all great. I got to go and check out Saints camp too and watch the battle of Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill with my own 2 eyeballs.
How did it feel?
It's fine. No, I mean, like there wasn't that much separation. It was a lot of like run heavy stuff. Like it's still install. It was still install stuff. So yeah.
Ross, have you made your pick yet in this league?
I just made it.
Oh, who did you draft?
I don't remember. I've already forgotten. I think I drafted Christian McCaffrey for some reason. I don't know why, but I did.
It's not a bad pick, I guess.
I don't know. Is he going to make it through the season? We'll find out.
Yeah, but remember this is Dynasty, so you gotta.
I just went by my rankings, man. I just went by the rankings.
I have 2 options of who I want here. I won't. Kyle says interesting pick.
I guess. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Only took me like 4.5 hours to make it. So
Ross, going into this offseason, what do you think was the biggest need for the Pelicans to add?
Dylan, are we matching?
Are we?
Like shirt color?
No, I'm wearing a purple. You're wearing more of a pink.
Oh, okay. I think that the biggest need for the Pelicans this offseason is the same need that they've had for a long time, which is a shooting. I think it's actually been a couple of things. Floor spacing is a big part of it, and that's why I think that I think if they are indeed going after Lauri Markkanen, that I think that would be a really great, because he could literally just stand at the 3-point line, which would be really great for him. But then probably a scoring wing.
All right, Ross.
Which is something that they've needed for a very long time. And I think they still need a closer, too, because I don't know who the closer is on that team yet.
All right, Ross. Well, let me read off the opening stat line for Trey Murphy in his first ever game.
Let's get it.
Trey Murphy, of course, small forward. He's standing at 6'9", 6'9", nice, 200 pounds. So there's your
nice.
There's your spacing, but there's your big. But in his first game in a Pelicans jersey, he scored 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists on 6 of 9 from the 3-point line.
Nice.
How does that make you feel?
So you're telling me that they got spacing and a wing scorer all in one?
and Ross, get this, athletic defender as well.
Oh my goodness, a 3-and-D guy.
I think that they got exactly what they needed. He looked really good today, and of course, it's the summer league.
Yeah.
it's game one of the summer league. You can't take too much away from it, but I will say you don't want to read too much into good performances, but you definitely don't want to have a bad performance in the summer league.
No.
That is it's never a good sign. And I mean, Trae Young had a pretty bad summer league if I remember, and he turned out all right. But
yeah,
it's
that's kind of a once in a
it's the exception. That's not the rule, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I'm excited about Trey Murphy. I know New Orleans media, Pelicans media, they were all ready to fall in love with Trey Murphy today, and it sounds like it probably happened. So I'm excited to listen to our guy, Jake Madison, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to have him come through. We're going to have a couple of people come through after the summer league and talk about these players. Because tomorrow night, we get the I think the most exciting game of the summer league, Houston Rockets versus the Detroit Pistons. Jalen Green versus Cade Cunningham. We also got to see Cade Cunningham for the first time yesterday, and I watched some of the game. I had to watch some of the highlights, like the recap. Mm-hmm. But and he looked okay.
Oh, really?
He looked okay. He hit some good threes. He was off for a lot of the night. His playmaking looks good. He looks like he'll be able to be a good defender. I think Cade's going to be great. I don't think we have anything to really worry about.
I saw a lot of Detroit Pistons fans very pleased with what he did.
It wasn't like a flashy Jalen Green outing,
right?
But it showed, he's good. He's going to be good.
He went out there and did the things that they need, which is score and facilitate.
Mm-hmm. And he looked good off the ball whenever they need that. Because if you know, like the Dwayne Casey system, him and Killian Hayes will both be playmaking during it in that system. So he looked good off ball as well. So it's all in all, it's a good win. I think summer league day one was a success, and day two starting off also very good. Cameron Thomas wearing number 8. Weird. Ooh. Weird. I think he just checked in for the first time. He did not start, but that's whatever. Cameron Thomas I'm calling it second team All Rookie this year. Maybe first, just because he's playing in Brooklyn and he's going to get a lot of TV time. But he's going to be on an All Rookie team this year. And there we go. Well, Ross, what are you excited about?
Regarding Summer League or the NBA?
Anything.
What am I excited about? I'm excited for college football.
Are you? Because I also am. I'm really
am. Can we shout out Keishawn Boutte for a moment?
Yes.
Just shout out Keishawn Boutte. That's all. That's all I'll say. But yeah, no, I'm excited for college football to get back around. And I'm excited. You know what else I'm excited for? I know it's a little ways away, but I'm excited for college basketball to start for the first time in a long time. Maybe for the first time ever. I don't know that I've ever really been like a big college basketball watcher outside of the tournament.
Yeah.
But now I'm pretty excited about both men's and women's college basketball to get started, which I know is still a little ways away, but I think I'll watch more of the regular season than I usually do this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm excited. Yeah. So, Kyle, I want to ask you a question. Is the move in Dynasty to go with a quarterback to start? I don't really know Dynasty very well. I mean, Ross, you I think you got a good running back.
I am living my life all by myself. I ain't worried about your quarterbacks. I'll get a quarterback in the 5th.
In the 5th?
In the 5th. I don't care. I'll change quarterbacks every year in Dynasty.
That's fair. Cannot wait to draft a Michael Thomas day one. This is really so you can start. Oh, we can start 2 quarterbacks every week. Ross, you better get yourself a quarterback.
I'll get one in the 2nd. I'll get one in the 5th.
Well, I mean, you can get one in the 2nd and one in the 5th.
Mm-hmm. That's what I meant to say the first time.
Yeah, understandable. Oh man. Well, Ross, I have a question for you.
I bet you
While
do.
we're on football, is C.J. Henderson going to end up a New Orleans Saint?
No,
Why not?
because why would he?
Because the Saints have been in the market for everybody in the cornerback offseason, and they apparently, the Jacksonville doesn't really have a reason to keep him if they're not going to play him. They filled out an entirely new cornerback room this offseason.
Well, they're changing schemes too. Is the thing like they played top 10 in terms of the most amount of man coverage last year. They're not going to do that again this year. That doesn't complement C.J. Henderson very well. New Orleans played the most man coverage out of any team, 47% of the time last year in 2020. If they keep that up, he'd be a good fit, but I just don't know if they're going to do it. If they will, this is when they'll do it, right? Like as the preseason begins or even as the preseason comes to an end and roster cuts are happening. Then I think that's where it makes most sense because that's where we've seen the Saints be most active when it comes to trades. They don't really do a lot of trade deadline stuff. I know they did last year, but they don't really do a ton of trade deadline stuff. They do a lot of preseason moves, and of course draft day moves. But I don't know. I will wait and see. If they did it, I wouldn't be surprised, and I certainly wouldn't be upset. I don't care what they gave up, but if it was, but if they didn't do it, it wouldn't shock me.
I just feel like we've been. I feel like a big move at cornerback has been looming for the Saints,
and I feel like
it's certainly they have been trying.
Yeah, and I definitely feel that. They are interested in the trade market. I feel that's the only thing that makes sense. Because otherwise, like these guys like Garyon Conley, these guys like Drake Kirkpatrick, who they've met with before, like they could have pulled the trigger on one of those guys. Definitely. With the amount of cap space that they have, absolutely. But the amount of cap space that they have, the amount of capital that they've held on to, the fact that they were trying to trade up and they were willing to move on from at least one additional first-round selection to get up for a cornerback last year in the draft just seems to make sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Do you want to head the break real quick, Ross?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll take our break. And when we come back, I want to talk a little Olympics, Dylan, because we didn't get to talk much Olympics. So let's talk Olympics when we come back here on Dylan and Ross Save Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Booyah.
Booyah, Kasha. You good?
Yeah, I'm tired. I had to drive. Oh, I was at the Geffen Playout. I was there today. I was looking for you, and you weren't there.
SMH. Are you at the Geffen? Yeah. Where are you? I was like, not at the Geffen.
Yeah, I was there earlier.
Man, people.
I'm excited to try this new microphone.
Oh yeah. What kind is it again?
Shure MV7. Because I tried the SM7B and I was like, this is like way too expensive to sound exactly like my Blue Yeti. I was like, screw that. Yes, of course.
What?
Please, God. Kyle Sinner, he had a question in the chat.
Oh. Yes. Yes,
1000%.
obviously. Yes. Yes. We will.
How's Wednesday?
Oh, man.
Just pick the day.
How is yesterday?
Oh, my goodness.
Ross, you seem tired.
I'm very tired, man.
You need to go to bed right now. All right. And here we are. Listen to the show now.
Me sleeping. Wednesday works. Dynasty Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday. I love it.
All right. We will DM after this, Kyle.
Post show.
right. Let's see.
I don't know, save sleep. I wish.
That'd
Maybe
be good.
That's my problems that I've been saying. I slept. I slept yesterday though. I had a boy. Saints signed a kicker. Brett Maher?
Brett Maher?
Is that right? Brett Maher?
Yeah. Brett Maher? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot, because we didn't even talk about that. Will Lutz is gone for forever.
Not forever, but a long time.
Man.
It stinks.
Let's see.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, everybody, we are back. Dylan and Ross, A Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Dylan, before we get to the Olympics, talk a little local story right quick. The New Orleans Saints, they're having some more trouble, man. Having some more trouble on this roster.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Thomas isn't going to be available. He had a surgery late in June. I don't know if it was late in June. It might have been early June, but it was still later than they wanted the surgery to happen. So he's not going to be available for a few games. David Onyemata suspended for 6 games. Drew Brees has retired. Deontay Harris probably going to be suspended for a couple of games. It's possible Marshawn Lattimore will be as well. Traquan Smith still ain't back. He got hurt last week in training camp. Early last week in training camp. He ain't back yet. We'll see what happens there. Ethan Wolf hurt his ankle. Now, Will Lutz, Pro Bowl kicker, very likely to miss the beginning of the season, had core surgery on his core.
I would assume that's where that was.
Damn right. And so now he's going to miss some games. The Saints have signed Brett Maher, the first kicker. Hold on, let me pull this up. According to Mike Triplett, he is, hold up, the first kicker. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here we go. First kicker to make 3 field goals from 60-plus yards. He had 62 in 2018, 63 and 62 again in 2019. He was released to the Cowboys after making just 20 of 30 field goals in 2019. It was also 29 of 36 in 2018 on extra points. Or excuse me, he was also 29 of 36 in 2018 when it came to field goals. 68 of 69, nice, in terms of extra points overall, though.
Ross?
Yep.
Can I be real about this Saints season?
Yeah.
The offseason is really grinding me down and killing any excitement I have for the season.
It stinks, right? Like, it's tough. It's tough to see all that.
It's been one thing after another. And it's just been a lot of unfortunate things. And Ross, I do not think that, I think this is the first time in a while where a Saints season will not have an emotional effect on me. I am out emotionally on this season.
Wow.
We could lose every game, I'd be okay with it. Saints could win every game, I'd be okay with it. The only thing I don't want to have happen is finish like 11-7 and lose in the wild card.
I was gonna say though, like if they get on like a big, like you know how it is, right? Like
I'll get
struggle to open up.
Ross, they're gonna draw me back in.
I was just saying,
but I'm taking a step back just because it's hard.
It is. It'll be easier to manage within the season, but it's hard before the season to just see bad news. And you get good news. You get good news every now and then, right? The re-signing of Quan Alexander was great, and then you had some good reports come out of camp and everything like that. But
it has been few and far between. Just Saints players making bad decisions. The Saints players not having, Saints players not talking to the Saints. Potential, franchise cornerstones just excommunicating themselves from the team. And honestly, probably vice versa. How many phone calls were the Saints really making to Michael Thomas? If we're being real, that relationship is.
It seems very fractured. It seems very fractured. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, obviously, but it seems.
I'm not in the locker room.
Yeah, but like from outside, I understand why people are like, "This ain't working." You know, I get it. I understand people's like hesitation around it for sure.
Although I am slightly happy about that news story coming out, just because now Saints Twitter's done acting like Michael Thomas is going to be a Saint for the rest of his life, because it's been looking like for a long time that he ain't going to be signing another contract here.
Yeah, I always kind of feel like you get that one big contract and everything, and then it always seems unlikely to me that those players will remain. I never expect a player to remain with one team. That's just not the reality of the NFL. It sure isn't the reality of the NBA, but it's just not the reality of the NFL. Like, players don't stay with one team their entire career often enough. Like, superstar players don't stay their entire career with one team often enough for you to be able to say, oh yeah, no, that's my general expectation, is that will be the case. The general expectation should be that player will eventually get moved, or that player will eventually sign elsewhere. And so I never really expect players to finish out those big contracts, especially when they're like 5-6 year contracts and like extensions and stuff like that. I kind of look at them as like, oh, okay, 3-year agreements at that point, more than they are like really likely. And that's not specific to Michael Thomas. That's just the way that I look at contracts, period. You know?
Oh man. I just got a big take on my timeline.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's a ranking of 3 sauces, Ross.
Ooh.
From Kendra Middleton of Saturdays and Seltzers.
Shout out Kendra.
All right, these are her top 3 sauces ranked in this order: pesto, Alfredo, and red sauce. How do you feel about it?
Alfredo. Hold on, wait, but 3 to 1 or 1 to 3?
Number 1, pesto.
All right.
Number 2, Alfredo, and number 3, red sauce.
What kind of red sauce?
She just said red sauce.
I need to know what she means by red sauce.
To be fair, whenever you walk into Lit Pizza here, I want red sauce or I want white sauce.
That's what I'm trying to say. Are you saying red pizza sauce, or are you saying red pasta sauce? Because they're different.
But also, Ross, I always thought white sauce was just Alfredo.
No.
I always thought that it was the same thing.
No, there's like truffle sauces, there's garlic sauces, like there's also, but are you talking about also like red sauce? To me also means like when you get a wet burrito somewhere and you get red sauce on top of it, as opposed to the green chili sauce.
Nah, so I don't like those burritos. I'm gonna be real. If I can't eat the burrito with my hands, I don't want it.
He's like, that ain't a burrito.
That's ain't a burrito.
It's meatloaf. No, I'm fine. I understand that. That's the problem. But I just don't know which red sauce she's talking about. So I just need to know more about.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna reply. What kind of red sauce?
Yeah, what kind of red sauce? Ross needs to know, because like I assume that being from Boston, she's talking about like red pasta sauce.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my assumption.
Well, no, she's actually not from Boston.
Well, she's not from Boston. That's true. True.
She's from Duval.
Duval, right? Yeah.
No, she's from 904.
Yeah. So,
all right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Reply. What kind of red sauce? Ross needs to know. What kind of red sauce should it be?
I think if it's going to be top 3, it's probably got to be a red pasta sauce. Not a red pizza sauce, not a marinara sauce, but a red pasta sauce.
That's fair.
Like a basil and garlic or something like that.
That's fair.
Garlic and tomato. Roasted garlic. Oh. See, now I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, pasta sauce is up there. Pesto, I agree with. I love me some pesto. As long as they don't put cheese in it. Which happens a lot. What are your top 3 sauces?
That garlic one you were talking about sound good.
I love a good like roasted garlic sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like a roasted garlic pasta sauce. Oh yeah.
Alfredo. I don't mind Alfredo.
I'm not messing around with. Does gravy count as sauce?
Oh, then that's number 1.
Because if
I would say gravy is like
gravy's a sauce, right?
Gravy is country marinara.
Right. Southern marinara. You know what I'm saying? I love that. No, I mean I would put gravy in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
I would put gravy in the mix.
I put gravy in the mix.
I put gravy in the mix.
I put gravy in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Pesto's up there. I love fresh pesto. No cane sauce?
Oh, yeah, cane sauce number one.
I was going to say, you love cane sauce.
I do love cane sauce. Cane sauce number one, numero uno. Now I want canes. Look what you done did to me, Ross.
Just here to do the world a service, man. How about soy sauce?
Oh, yeah. Oh, how about yum yum sauce?
What the hell is yum yum sauce?
You don't know what yum yum sauce is?
No comment. We are on air, sir.
Yum yum sauce is what you get next to soy sauce at like a Chinese restaurant.
You talking about wasabi?
No, it's like Ross. It's literally called yum yum sauce.
I don't know what yum yum sauce is. I've never had no yum yum sauce. I've never seen this before. I legitimately have never seen it. What is this? Like
this at like
what
an
is this?
Asian
Just like
restaurant?
Ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together? That's what
I don't know, but it's yum yum.
Nah, I'm cool. I've never seen that before.
Ross, yes, you have had.
No, I have not. I have never. The only things I've ever had that go along with soy sauce is like soy sauce, duck sauce, hot mustard, right? Like spicy mustard, and then like wasabi or something like that. I've never seen this. I've legitimately never seen this.
You've had yum yum sauce.
If it's ketchup mixed in tomato, I mean, if it's ketchup mixed in mayonnaise, then yeah, I guess I have. But I didn't know it as. I've never seen this before. This is not authentic.
It is.
Nah.
It's mayo, sugar, butter, paprika, ketchup, rice vinegar, garlic powder, onion powder, and mirin.
Nah. Never had that.
Yeah. It's all right though. That. I'll let you lie to yourself.
No, I'm serious. I've never had that. All right, what about cocktail sauce?
Yeah, I hated that growing up. Like a shrimp cocktail. I hated that growing up. I always thought it was alcoholic.
Sure, because it's called a cocktail. I get that.
Yeah, I always like, ooh, I want to get a shrimp cocktail, but then I think that in my head I never say it out loud because I thought I couldn't have it.
You were gonna get in trouble.
I was gonna get in trouble. I was joking.
Do you like it now?
I haven't really had it recently.
I love it. I love cocktail sauce. Same thing for horseradish sauce. I'll mess with horseradish sauce. Tartar sauce with my catfish. Probably not my catfish, actually, but
no tartar sauce. Yeah,
I'll do it with catfish.
Okay,
I like it better with scrimps, though.
You know what? I'll have this take. Is coleslaw a sauce?
Coleslaw is not a sauce. Sauce is too substantial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Coleslaw is just a wet salad.
Yeah, but I use it in the same way I use sauces, though.
Yeah, like I'll never eat coleslaw by itself, but I'll put coleslaw on like a hot chicken sandwich or something like that.
Oh, I was just about to say it. Coleslaw on a chicken sandwich? Ooh, yeah. Bussin'.
So like I'll do that, but have we gotten a verdict on which red sauce yet?
No, we have not.
Kendra,
one day.
I need you to come through, Kendra.
One day. Also good news today, Ross. We didn't think about this, but from Summer League, Willie Green got his first win.
Shout out Willie Green. Now, what happened to Teaspoon coaching the Summer League teams? I guess new coach comes in and it's like...
yeah, it's usually an assistant, but Willie Green wanted to take the initiative and get started and start implementing the system and build a rapport with the young guys.
That makes sense. I wonder if Teaspoon's going to do a couple still.
Teaspoon definitely doing it at worst next year.
Yeah.
I don't think Willie Green won't do it twice in a row.
Nah.
But it makes sense for Willie Green to come in and want to do it. He was active on those sidelines, man. You would have thought it was you would have thought it was a playoff game.
I love that. I'm excited to watch the entire game in 10 minutes on NBA's YouTube channel.
I know it's gonna be great for you. But it was a fun one. It was a fun one.
I love it.
Let's see. I wonder how long it is. 9 minutes 45 seconds.
It's the whole game, right,
Ross.
there.
If we can boil this conversation down into one thing, Cade Cunningham highlight video by NBA, minute 45 seconds. Trey Murphy highlight video, 4 minutes 31 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
So immediately, there you go. It's been decided.
Love it.
All right, Ross. Here we go. Cade Cunningham highlight video, 1 minute 45 seconds. Mac McClung highlight video, minute 53.
Who?
Mac McClung, undrafted guy out of Texas Tech. He's Alex Caruso.
Never heard of him.
He's blonde Alex Caruso.
Blonde Alex Caruso.
He's the new white guy for the Lakers.
Alex Kombucha.
Yeah. I mean, Ross. I mean, Evan Mobley highlight video, 2 minutes 2 seconds. Jalen Green highlight video, 4 minutes 7 seconds. Okay, here's the last one, Ross.
All right.
Cade Cunningham highlight video, minute 45 seconds.
Uh-huh.
LiAngelo Ball highlight video, 1 minute 46 seconds.
Dang, he's not even the good one, right?
No, he's the one that has been trying to get into the NBA and stole some stuff in China.
Not a great way to get in the NBA.
No.
Good way to raise your profile, though.
Yeah.
People will be paying attention to.
If there's one thing the Ball brothers need, it is their profile to be risen. They need more of a spotlight on them. That's always been the one complaint about the.
You've always said that. You've always said
we need more of the Ball family.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh Jesus.
I mean, but shout out to LiAngelo. He's been out. He couldn't make it to the league a couple years ago. He's 23 now, I think, and he came out, scored 16 points in his summer league game.
Not bad.
For the Hornets.
Oh, one step closer.
All right, Ross. I also have one thing to ask you. So you remember whenever free agency happened, and we all made fun of Woj for getting bodied by Shams.
Yes.
Well, come to find out, Woj was probably being the smart one because Shams was out here tweeting out Kyle Lowry. He tweeted out the Lonzo Ball trade the second free agency opened. And Kyle Lowry won a couple minutes later. And now both of those teams are about to get slammed for tampering.
Now, okay, help me understand.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting slammed for tampering?
It would
the teams that are receiving the player?
It would be the Chicago Bulls.
So the Bulls are
because they were the ones that weren't allowed to talk to him yet.
Right. And then when it comes to Kyle Lowry, it would be the Heat.
Unless the Pelicans, they were signing trades, so the Pelicans also got Garrett Temple and Tomas Satoransky, I think, on signing trades. So I think that they would also get punished.
Yeah, because the idea is that the deal was in place before.
Yeah, before free agency started, and that's not allowed.
Can we just stop that?
Yeah, no, it's very stupid because everybody does.
Right.
The NBA is weird and inconsistent with the tampering rule. I mean, the Kyle Lowry trade was finalized like 2 days before free agency started.
Right.
So I don't really know. It's stupid. I don't think it should. It's whatever. Yeah. If they're not doing the deal until free agency opens, what's really the harm?
Right. Who cares? Like, don't take away the fireworks of the first day of free agency.
Yeah. But also, Shams should have known not to tweet them out the second that free agency opened.
Yeah.
This whole thing could have been avoided if he waited 30 minutes.
Just doing a whole lot. Yeah, it's funny. Like, it was a whole lot of stuff in the drafts, scheduled tweets, all that. Yeah.
because he wanted to be first. But here he is. Does Shams suffer from this? Do teams tell Shams less stuff now?
Depends on who his sources were, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know,
I mean, it's whoever told him that Trump had COVID. You know, I feel like that source is still intact.
Is COVID going to get fined for tampering in that situation?
Oh man, Ross, what did you want to talk about with the Olympics?
I just wanted to shout out the U.S. of A. for winning the gold medal race on the last impossible event. Like they really strung it along, didn't they?
Well, yeah. A day before it was over, we were down by what, 8?
7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8 gold medals. I was like, oh well, this is over with, and then it got down. It started to wind down, and then there were, I think, U.S. had 2 events left, and China had 1 event left, and they were tied. And the U.S. won one of theirs, and then China got silver. And
idiots.
And the other one. But they did it. We did it. Woo, woo, woo. Go America.
USA.
I can sink back into my normal state of being and caring about the United States. I got a couple years, and I got 2 years into the World Cup. Nope, I got a year into the World Cup. I'll take a break. Yeah. Sit back, relax.
And then get all worked up again in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't know. I'm good.
Oh no! What were you gonna say?
I got the under I had bet the over for gold medals. Foolish me. The over we set at 42.5. They won 39.
Mm-hmm.
But I took the over on 110.5 total medals. They finished with 112, which was also first place. So first place in gold and first place in total medals. Shout out to the U.S. And shout out to U.S. men's basketball for just making it happen. I watched that whole game. Mm-hmm. I got to watch that game from beginning to end on the flight home. Made it happen. Took them out. Got it, France.
Shout out to KD.
Yeah. Are we calling KD Captain America? Is that an actual thing?
No, Captain America is already a soccer player's name.
Yeah.
That's Christian Pulisic.
Uh-huh.
He's Captain, legit his nickname is Captain America.
Right.
And that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because he's leading a charge and building the sport up in America.
Right.
Is Christian Pulisic. That's a lot of pressure on a 22-year-old.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, did you know that in the Philippines, Ross, they've been calling Jalen Green idol? They've been idolizing Jalen Green since he was 16.
No, I did not know that.
So, Jalen Green has had the pressure put on him for a long time.
In the Philippines.
Yes. He's half Filipino. He is the 3rd ever player.
Wow.
From Filipino descent, and then I think the only other one current, or in at least the last 30 years, is Jordan Clarkson.
Sure.
But it's been really interesting to see Jalen Green. He really takes that part of his heritage with pride, and it's been cool to see. He was hanging out with Manny Pacquiao a couple days before the draft.
Shout out Manny Pacquiao.
I feel like once you're friends with Manny Pacquiao, I feel like you've made it in the Philippines. You are now officially royalty. If you get the Manny Pacquiao sign of approval.
Yeah.
That's all you really need, right?
Imagine being a basketball player and getting the mental fortitude of Manny Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Overall, Ross, I'm very excited. I've been all over the place this offseason with the Rockets draft. I wanted them to draft Evan Mobley.
Well, thank goodness he turned out to be a bust, huh?
Yeah. But Ross, if you'd given me the chance to go back and change anything about draft day, I'd keep it exactly the same.
Wow.
I'd keep, the more after we drafted him and after it was apparent we were going to draft him, I really dug deeper into the actual person, Jalen Green. I like him a lot.
You were kind of always on the idea of any of the 3 would make you happy. Mm-hmm. Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, or Jalen Green. Mm-hmm. And so you were always kind of cool with whomever.
Mm-hmm.
Whomever.
Whatever.
It's the object. Oh, it's kind of cool with whomever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Whomever received the pick.
Yeah. There you go. So, I'm glad for you. I am. Because it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal. I mean, it's got to feel good to have another franchise star.
Is this what it felt like whenever the Pelicans drafted Zion?
No, it was bigger.
I mean, that is fair.
It was bigger. And no offense. I'm not, but like Zion was like the one and only. I mean, like RJ Barrett was in that class too. And John Morant was in that class too. But like Zion was like the one, the only and everything. And there was no expectation for the Pelicans to win that lottery.
Yeah.
So I think like both of those things combined is like undefeated.
That is very fair. That is cool. Listen, I'm just happy, man. I'm just in a good mood. I'm vibing.
Word.
I'm chilling. Jalen Green, killer step back.
It's going
to be fun to watch him in this. The one thing I will definitely say from the first Summer League game is you can tell that he went to the G League and the other guys went to college.
Yeah. Yeah, he's something
tell.
else. Like he's got veteran savvy already.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that he's been learning the NBA game for the past year and not trying to juggle learning the college game and getting the tools for the NBA.
Right.
But yeah, you can see it. And it's like in the little things you could see. But also, he said that he wanted to come out and be on an all-defense team his rookie year, which is not going to happen. But I thought that was just him like blowing smoke. But no, he's been working on his defense, and he has the potential to become a really good defender.
Yeah.
The early fundamentals are there, and it's going to be really fun to watch. He wants to become. He wants to be Kobe.
I love it. Are we going to see Jalen Green and Trey Murphy on an all-defense team in the next few years?
Yes, 4 years from now, Ross.
Oh.
Jalen Green and Trey Murphy, all defense team one, along with DeJounte Murray.
Ooh.
Evan Mobley,
yeah.
And Cade Cunningham.
Wow. First team or
first team. That's all first team. No, that's the first team.
Oh. Wow.
This draft taking
a lot coming out of this draft class.
4 years to all be the youngest player of all time to be on an all defensive team was DeJounte Murray at 21 years old.
Oh wow!
So Jalen Green wants to break that record. Jalen Green wants to break every record.
He does. he does.
Which I like seeing that fight. That's what you want, right?
For sure. You think we'll see him on the Olympic team at some point?
At some point, yeah. At some point, yeah, definitely. Ooh. Man, okay, can I say the highlight videos for whatever this generation takes over the Olympic team gonna be crazy. But also, it's just gonna be Jalen Green trying to outperform Cade Cunningham the entire time. The entire time.
Oh, we have a thing. Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic has agreed to sign a landmark 5-year, $207 million Supermax rookie extension.
Oof. Ross, did you know that Josh Allen's contract was in the top 15 of all time in all sports?
Yeah, that was a big old contract.
Big old contract. But yeah, no, this is that's big. That's huge, actually.
Yeah, 5 years, $207 million. Supermax rookie extension.
Ross, we have an update. Kendra says, I feel like it's all the same.
She's not thinking about enchiladas. That's the thing. She ain't thinking about enchiladas. That's all that is. She's just thinking about pasta. That's the problem. That's not a problem, but like that's all she means. She ain't thinking. Mm-hmm. I'm about to come in there and be like, you ain't thinking about enchiladas.
You ain't thinking about enchiladas. But Ross, about this Luka thing, that's big, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now, when do people start talking about when's he getting traded? He got his contract, got his money. Yeah.
I think starting next off season, probably.
Man, no. I think Luka going to be in Dallas for a while. Sucks for him. He won't be able to win anything.
Yeah, I don't know that he does get traded. I just think every offseason it's going to be a storyline.
He's going to get steamrolled by the U.S. every year in the Olympics. And he's going to get steamrolled by Jalen Green in the regular season.
Bitter rivals those two will become. Jalen Green's going to be a bitter rival with everybody.
I have a feeling that Jalen Green's going to be a guy that the players around the league kind of respect, but maybe don't like. No, Jalen Green has friends. Jalen Green already has. Jalen Green has friends around. He's actually a super nice person from all accounts. He's just competitive whenever it comes to basketball.
Competitive, yeah.
Isaac Okoro, during the Rockets game, this didn't get on the highlight package, but there was a lot of talking between the two teams, and they asked Isaac Okoro about it during halftime, which I thought was weird.
During halftime,
I don't know, but it feels like that's like an unspoken thing. I don't know. It feels like he was like, no, I have no problem with those guys. It's trash talk. It's part of the fun of the game.
Right. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah. I was like, leave me. He was like, okay, what do you want? What do you expect me to say? He was like, yeah, screw those guys. Yeah, right. I don't like them. No, I know Jalen Green has some friends. I want to take a look at the NBA Southwest Division, Ross.
Got to do it quick.
Oh gosh, why is it taking, oh my gosh. Oh no. All right, so we got, so far in this one division, Ross, we have John Morant, Zion Williamson, Luka Doncic, and Jalen Green. Whoa. Sorry, Spurs.
And
Joshua Primo. And the Spurs, who are destined to be bad for a year. I want to say this, lastly, before we go, Ross, I want to say this one thing, now that we're talking about the Spurs, is stop coming after me, stop coming in my mentions, and stop putting it on my timeline. Stop talking about the stupid James Harden trade. It's over. We got Jalen Green. It was a W. And you can't say, oh, you can't talk about getting Jalen Green as part of the trade. It was part of the trade. Yeah. Our other option was get Ben Simmons, which sounded nice at the time, get Jared Allen or Karis LeVert, and then we'll be stuck right where the Spurs were. The Spurs got Jakob Poeltl for Kawhi Leonard, Ross, and now Jakob Poeltl and DeMar DeRozan, and they did nothing with that, Ross. The Spurs did the trade for Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, Ross. Look where they are. They're stuck in the limbo of okay enough to not get a bad pick, but also not good enough to ever compete for anything. They're stuck in limbo. The Spurs suck. And you wanted... I was one of the people that wanted the Rockets to trade for one of those people. I was wrong. We can be wrong. Stop trying to prove you're right with the asset management was so stupid by the Rockets. Oh, they did the bad job. Stop it. We got Jalen Green. It's over. The trade's over. We won the trade. The trade was a W. We tanked. We did a season. We did 4 seasons of tanking in one off season.
Oh my gosh.
The trade was a W. It's whatever.
Whew. Feel better? I certainly do. And all I did was watch that. Well, today has been a blast, my friend. Glad to be back here. We'll be back with you tomorrow here on Dylan and Ross Say Sports for more of whatever just happened to Dylan.
I get taken over by a spirit.
Make sure you follow Dylan on Twitter at Dilly Sanders, myself on Twitter at Ross Jackson. Nola, I'm still tearing up. We'll be back with you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time here on Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Dylan, any final words?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.